and steals of 1 in the 5th and 6th, which propelled them to a 10-6 win over Alberta 1. It was steals in the 4th and 5th of 1 by Saskatchewan 1, which gave Saskatchewan a 5-1 lead, but it was a steal of 3 in the 8th by Manitoba that forced the extra and were able to steal the win and hand Saskatchewan their first loss as Manitoba went on to win 7-5. And it was a back-and-forth game of Ontario 1 and Saskatchewan 2. Ontario 2 was able to get their 2 in the 8th to force Saskatchewan 2, and Ontario 1 was able to steal the win and defeat Saskatchewan 6-5. And as mentioned in our feature game, and in this evening's draw, or this afternoon's draw, we have Manitoba sitting at 4-2, wanting to stay in the hunt for playoffs and trying to avoid a third loss, playing against a tough Alberta 1 that is sitting at 2-5, but should not be taken lightly as they are very much an experienced team. And with that, let us introduce the teams.
Okay, so we have Team Alberta 1, curling out of the Garrison Curling Club from Calgary. Skip, Martin Purvis. Third, Terry Fowler. Second, Wendy Fraser. Lead, Bruno Yezek. And coach, Andy Jones. And Team Manitoba, playing out of the Assiniboine Memorial Curling Club from Winnipeg. Skip, throwing lead rocks, Dennis Thiessen. Vice skip and throwing fourth, Jamie Ansu. Second, Jill Hopkins. Lead, Mark Werrett. And coach, Ron Westcott.
And getting things going here is going to be Alberta 1, so Manitoba was able to win the LSD here. And we're off. So things have been running pretty good for time-wise here all week, which is nice to have for curlers, that there's some consistency there.
Good. Yeah, that's all curlers ever want. Doesn't matter what discipline you're playing. Have some consistency from hopefully end 1 to end 8 or 10.
Yeah, and the curl's been fairly consistent as well too, going to the center and going to the wings. We did find that yesterday at the start of the game things were a little bit straighter, but as things progressed, we did get some more of the curl there.
So that was a 13-2. According to my clock.
Sometimes us skips don't always get it right.
So Mark getting things going here for Team Manitoba. And this is definitely a preference or a decision for Manitoba there. They could easily hit that rock, but seeing as it is behind the tee line there, you might as well use it.
2-7.
And try to start some things going.
Just a hair heavy.
Yeah.
I think yellow still shot rock.
But the good news for Manitoba, they just have to just ever so gently tap it, and they will be 1-2.
Two, three, 3-4.
So as you'll definitely notice that both of these teams are going to be using those hog-to-hog splits for information to get that feel for the weight. You'll usually have one player be the anchor holding down the chair, and then the other player will be doing the time for the other teammate. So a bit of a lineup change here again too, actually, as Dennis Thiessen was throwing lead rocks to start the event here, but Mark is now back to lead position.
Yeah, I was chatting with Dennis before the game. Says he has a bit of an injury, so he's had to fight his way through that and figure out how to compete with an arm that isn't, shoulder that isn't quite 100%.
So 14 there. It's coming in nice for line here, and
it's a really great shot.
Really great shot.
Again, having those rocks at the front of the house in a position where they can be used later, tapped. Kind of call that the control zone, and teams that have the rocks in that area definitely want to have the advantage. Hence why Alberta's saying, let's get rid of this rock.
One thing we did notice throughout the week, though, is if you ever do put your rocks back and you have a little bit of weight, it takes a lot for it to come back. So you want to make sure you're throwing these nice and straight.
going to be tight to the guard. Just.
Jill, 3-5. We'll tap that one back.
This is a nice call here. You just played it, and you're just playing a couple more feet of weight, so.
Definitely, and you have options like the straight back tap is great, but you can also split and get two rocks in positions that are farther away from each other. I feel like this one might be a hair light, over curling a bit.
4.
Yeah.
Pretty close to
That's
the same
okay.
weight she just threw.
Pretty good now, actually.
That's in a really good spot, though. That's a good miss.
Yeah, very good. Dennis probably wonders why he didn't call that shot.
Think you can get in there. You get that one, it's okay.
We'll also try and do our best on keeping you updated on other games that are
7
happening.
11.
On sheet A, we have
11.
Saskatchewan 2 wanting to rebound after
Yeah.
last night's extra end loss, sitting at 2-5, playing against Ontario 2, who are wanting to be staying in the
Yeah,
win
maybe a bit
column
more.
and stay for that playoff spot, or sitting at 3-4. Sheet B, Saskatchewan 1 is also wanting to shake off last night's extra end loss, sitting at 5-1, playing against an undefeated Newfoundland and Labrador, sitting at 6-0. Sheet C, New Brunswick is still looking for their first win, sitting at 0-6, playing against Ontario 1, sitting at 3-3, and trying to avoid that fourth loss. Sheet D, Alberta 2, who have won 3 in a row now, sitting at 3-3, playing against a steady British Columbia, sitting at 4-2. And the bye this afternoon is Quebec,
Put a
who is sitting at
short one up
3-4.
there.
Yeah, so Wendy did take that rock out in the top 12, but unfortunately jammed it on the back rock in the back of the house. So now Manitoba does lie 3.
Little tight.
So it's coming down, and we're definitely seeing more curl here. Was she trying to play the same draw again, or guard?
I think they called the guard.
Okay.
Did miss it.
So she had the right weight there.
14. Can we tap that yellow one?
It's pretty good.
What
You
do
know,
want,
regardless,
Blake? What
even
do
if they
you
were
like? Can we
coming in,
tap
that
the
again
yellow
is
one
the
up?
miss. So
Absolutely.
you have an opportunity to
Is it possible?
keep your rocks in the front. Yellow
All right,
rock
give it a
here
try,
is
Joy.
still able to be tapped, and that's what they're talking about.
So about 13 and a half. Do a little less here.
It's got to come up a little bit here, does it? It looks
looking
really
very
close.
close.
Really close. 11-3. I think Manitoba's still line 2. That's pretty close, isn't it?
Very close.
Are we
I don't
1-2?
know.
Well,
I think we're just 1.
just one, yeah.
Okay.
It's close. Here?
Yeah.
Good chance to get a feel for draw weight here. Try and get one around. Yeah, just a little fat of the stick there.
Oh, shoot, too heavy.
And it's tracking, so, and with that little bit up weight too,
Sorry,
it's gonna track
Jamie.
even more. It's trying to put the brakes on, but
Change directions here.
Dennis knew right out of his hand that he was heavy.
yeah.
Okay, Terry, about a
Come in.
14. Yeah.
Now it gives Alberta an opportunity to kind of do the same thing, but try to get in there, get to close to the 4 foot.
this line looks a lot better than what Dennis had there. 13.8, so weight's pretty close.
Get past, looks like it's going to be real nice.
Now it's got to put the brakes on.
Just a hair heavy.
Just.
Still a pretty good shot, though, to, you know, kind of
This is
reduces
2.
the scoring zone for
Okay.
Manitoba, who has hammer. Even though they're still shot rock,
We'll
it's
come down to it. Yeah.
reduces the big end scores.
Absolutely.
You okay?
Hey?
Good, good?
Yeah.
And we've always said too, it's always nice when you can throw that second shot the same as your first one there. And
Yeah, see what Dennis learned from his first one. He wasn't happy with the weight right out of his hand.
I'm not used
So
to
see if he
being
can
down
make
here,
the
so if I
adjustment.
screw up, you just tell me to do something different.
still a little fat there, but a little on the wide side. 13.4. It's trying to slow down and come in for him. Looks like a really nice shot. What a wonderful shot there.
Yeah, good adjustment on the weight.
Good news for Alberta, though, is that there is air there to play the hit and roll.
Yeah, you can see all of that red rock from the guards up above. That you can't see it on your screen, but it's wide open, so Alberta will have the opportunity to remove and maybe even roll inside.
I was wondering too, yeah, what kind of weight they were going to throw with that ice. It looks like a nice control weight, even just a heavy draw maybe.
I feel like smiling and waving when I go past the camera. Okay, we're just
You
going to
can
draw
do that
again
anytime, Martin.
and see what happens. So I need about a 14.3.
So he's just playing the draw then with a 14.3.
I think so. But the opportunity too, if you are a little heavy, you know, you can chap off that one that that Dennis just put there right on the tee line.
Starting to move for him. Looks pretty nice coming in here. 13.10.
But definitely heavier than he wanted. Can kind of kiss off that though. Roll to the button.
Great result though.
Yeah.
So interesting about Martin, sorry. He hurt his right shoulder and taught himself to throw left-handed. And this is his first time skipping at this event.
Excellent.
All the way. Just 11.
So they figure there must be enough room there around the guards there to tap it back.
Yeah, well, they're almost in a position where they have to tap it, or at least try to.
And even if you hit the guards up top, you open it up for yourself for the next one, or force Alberta to make a nice guard.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't see a ton of run backs in wheelchair curling.
Not too much, no.
So, you know, playing a freeze to then maybe try to play a run back later isn't necessarily always the strategy.
Jamie not so happy with that throw there. He knew right away he was wide out of his hand there. I think his weight would have been really good. Just work on the line on the next one and he'll be ready to go.
This is I think anywhere over the hog the line type of guard.
So yeah, Martin slides, as he told us.
Sorry?
See, he can wave to the camera and commentate all at the same time. just throwing the guard,
Yeah,
just to make
2-1.
it, you know, keep the steel in play. You could come into the rings and come on top of that one, but if you leave it out a little bit, then, you know, that might leave the potential for Team Manitoba to use that rock or utilize it to get to shot rock. So just leaving this rock somewhere over the hog line, not in the house.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's in a great spot.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the only option here Manitoba has to score is to try to come around the
What we're trying to do,
opposite
tap
side.
our red?
If we can, but yeah.
Or we're just drawing to the 4 foot?
Let's try and we'll throw the same weight.
11?
Yeah, 11.5 you had before.
Yeah, so based on the position of those rocks, they're looking to maybe just kind of come very tight to the top yellow guard, tap their rock top 4 and angle it back onto the shot rock. Really difficult shot. The draw might not even be there to get enough of the button, so.
And the final stone of the first end is off. Let's see what magic Jamie can work up here. Oh, by that sound, it doesn't sound great. I think he's on the top there. Yeah.
One yellow.
A good attempt there and a great first end. So Alberta 1 steals the 1 point and takes a 1-0 lead after 1 end of play.
One yellow.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You can throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
You make moments like these possible.
Well, that was definitely a well-played, entertaining first end there by both teams, with Alberta 1 getting the steal of 1 there.
Yeah, both teams had some good shots, some rock position that was maybe a little too far in the back of the house that gave some opportunities to either team, but great two shots by Martin. Just nailed them exactly where he wanted them, and that resulted in the steal for Alberta.
Yeah, Jamie didn't have much going for his last shot there.
No. Bruno's rock just slipped into the rings there, so Team Manitoba can hit this rock.
So interesting to note, so they, similar situation where they slid in first end, but it was behind T-line, so they played the draw, and now that with this being above T-line, they're gonna hit it, so.
Yeah.
So Manitoba likes to control that control zone there, in front of the house. Give you quick updates here. Saskatchewan 2 was able to get their 2 in the first end over Ontario 2, and Saskatchewan 1 was able to get 2 in the first end over Newfoundland Labrador.
Nice throw. So 3-4.
And it also looks like New Brunswick is able to get 2 in the first end over Ontario 1.
Mark made the hit and roll on the top, the rock that was on the biting the top 12, rolled over to be over on the 12 foot. Team Alberta, Martin's asked Bruno just to draw either around it or to it.
Oh, looks like double corner guards to me. All right, Bruno.
Well, unfortunate for Alberta there. For Manitoba, you're probably going to be using those double corner guards like they said out there.
Yeah. definitely have the opportunity to take advantage of the miss now. And,
Probably
use
a
that guard.
3.5, 375 mark. Mark.
Yeah, thanks. Okay.
So yeah, figuring out the ice from, you know, one end to the other and where rocks have been thrown and where they haven't. It's a whole team responsibility
little
to
tight
kind of
on
watch
that.
where everyone is thrown,
Little light.
what they believe it's going to be.
So that was a 15-3. So
Another guard, correct? Was that 15?
I think I'll notice as well too when it comes
Right
to
here,
the
Wendy.
wheelchair nationals, you have to have at least
15 and a
one
half, 14.
of the opposite gender on the team there. And so all these teams have at least one female on their team. This looks pretty nice coming in from Wendy.
Yeah, and teams have to learn from the oppositions. You know, they're all the players down at the other end are watching where rocks have been released. They're timing the opposition
Nice weight,
rocks as
Wendy.
well. So Wendy went to school there, made sure she threw more weight, seeing that the last two were light. So now she's in the rings, but back house.
And you talk about opposition of where the rocks are. You notice the red lines, the 18 inches there. The rocks have to be within that, and that was definitely trial and error as to finding placement for the rocks for different hits and draws and the angles that you're wanting to throw your stones.
Pretty good line.
This is looking really nice coming in here. Just trying to finish up for her as we're finding as soon as it crosses that center, they should finish
3.9,
nice.
good shot.
Really nice shot coming in.
Love to stay above the tee line if they can, and looks really perfect.
And done. Great shot.
I think it's totally buried, but you can see a little bit of it.
How much of it do you see?
About half.
About half. Let's come down with a tap. So 12 and a half, 13.
Good chance to chase it here, isn't it, Amber?
Yeah, definitely. And you know, when her first rock was back house, so she doesn't have to adjust that much. That's always the hard part sometimes when you, you know, you play a shot and you get focused on what you should be doing, and you can really, versus taking, hey, this is what I threw. She only needs to throw about 2 or 3 feet more than she did her first rock.
Absolutely.
So
Nice rotation on this coming in. It is moving a lot earlier, though. I think she is on the front there.
The wave was good, just a bit inside.
Yeah. And as I said earlier, too, once you start crossing that center line, they really do seem to come off that hill.
Jill,
quite a
throw
bit,
the
so
same weight.
It's looking to freeze right on top of it.
I guess so. Yeah, and even if you come around and do the old Christmas tree, we call it, if you show a little bit of the shot rock there on the forefoot, but come around, you know, see a bit of it past the guard, it's a good option as well. Other options just draw to open side too.
Right. Playing a simple open 2 here for the Manitoba.
Yep.
Quick update as well too. British Columbia was able to score 4 in the first end against Alberta 2.
4-9.
So just a little lighter, but great shot here. It guards their shot stone. Probably about a quarter open, I think.
Yeah, good miss. That's exactly, you know, you see the path she could have been on if she finished top 8, would have been that little Christmas
about
tree
the
that we
12
talk
and a half?
about and hear about.
So they can
But
ship
light
it
is
out.
great too, because then guarded shot rock.
Absolutely. So this is Terry's second nationals and 3rd year of curling. So he's doing really well.
Yeah, need more ice, I think. Oh, wait a moment.
He's going to get a double tick here. Oh, nice to get.
Yeah, his
Can he keep
shooter
his
kind of rolled
shooter?
in, do that little spin back.
Well-
Looks like he stayed second, maybe.
Yeah. or third shot
Or
there.
third, sorry.
Yeah, which is good, right? With
You want to come to here?
Are
starting to
we
be
two?
a lonely yellow there, so that was kind
No,
of a
we're
bonus
one.
there to keep that one in there.
Okay.
This is 2.
Okay. Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there, yeah.
So just a guard again, looks like.
In the guard.
Could you be aggressive here and play a little bit of a tap to try and, or do you need to?
Well, you always can. I guess it's, you know, as with everything, you have to weigh what you want to make and what you're going to leave. So, you know, you're bunching your rocks. If you bring it into the house, play the tap, does that leave an opportunity for them to remove more than one rock? So I think they're just electing to kind of stay the guard. Again, the other option for Manitoba is just, you know, draw a second shot in over on the opposite side. Staying aggressive on kind of staying the same side.
So Dennis was inducted into the
too
Canadian
heavy.
Curling Hall of Fame in 2019. And he's got 3 medals from the Paralympic Games. He's got a gold from 2014
Those away.
Sochi in mixed, and a 2018 Pyeongchang bronze, and 2022 Beijing bronze.
Great career. And still doing,
Red one back.
still competing.
We can. Okay, 9.
So Dennis went through the rings there, so has left the opportunity for the hit on the top red one, even an opportunity for a double, depending on the speed.
Just a little outside.
It's coming up for him pretty good here,
But it worked.
and a great
Yeah,
shot.
nice shot.
Double. Woohoo! Your perfect line.
Nice.
They're lying 4.
Yeah, we got it. Let's come through that hole there and hit the back one. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's a. What do you think, Amber?
Rick, was that 10?
Yeah, this is hard.
I'm not on the rock.
Yeah, and it's the hard part about it is just the angle of where the guard is and the one top 12. So even visually, which turn do you take? They decided to take the out turn on this side.
And it's hanging.
Yeah, I would have been tempted to take the in turn because even if you miss, then you're hitting the rock in the house versus hitting now the guard.
Right. Oh, is he going to get?
And then just getting some really bad luck. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Could you have played a draw?
you could have played a draw. You could have went right around that rock that's top 12 that
12.
we see there. Even if you show a half a rock, there could be a potential jam on the runs in the back.
Right.
I'll just
Or even
throw
hitting that top
Even
12
just
one
hitting the top 12 one.
and
you know,
rolling somewhere.
yeah.
top 12, something like that.
Like the good news for Manitoba is they still have the 4-foot available to them. They
Absolutely.
have hammer, you know. Two's looking a little bleak here, but you know they still have the opportunity to. At this moment, they still have a big piece of the 4-foot to draw to.
Don't
But
go through first, are you?
Team Alberta is going to try to reduce that and come around here the rock. I'm sure top 12 and try to get into the 4-foot.
Okay, too. In fact, light's a bit better.
Martin said the guard's okay too, and light can even be a little bit better. So knowing that staying, you know, in front of the house, in front of the tee line is a better miss versus coming to back behind the tee line, and then that gives Manitoba an opportunity to either
Freeze.
draw to it, use that rock somehow.
Trying to move for him.
It's an okay spot.
Yeah, definitely leaves the draw there for Manitoba to use now. Things are framed pretty well, but
You
I
need
mean, Alberta's
14?
sitting pretty good there with those
Yeah,
two
yeah,
yellow stones easily to
1375 will
promote
work.
as well too if they needed.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, and it actually stopping there still guards the button. I know we would have liked to be in the house around the 4-foot button area, but guards the button actually forces now Jamie to go farther out. So this is a new spot for him, so he has to know how much to adjust for the weight and the line. It's slowing down, but I'm not sure
13.5.
Coming in pretty good for
It
9.
is. Just got to finish up a little bit here for him.
Nice shot.
Looks like a really nice shot.
Great weight.
But it looks like it might
So
be
thinking
open.
Just a 10 or a
Yeah, I think you can see pretty much all the rock.
But good news for Manitoba, though, that if you can see most of the rock, even if he does hit, his draw path will probably most likely be there, or
Yeah.
he'll have an open hit here.
Exactly.
It does look like it's edge to edge.
Yeah. And really, Alberta doesn't need to be, you
They-
know, super cute, as I call it here. Like,
No.
just make the red one go away. And you never know what can happen on Skip's last shot when they're looking at a bundle of yellows.
This is Martin's last rock in the second end. Looks a little on the wide side.
A little on the wide side, yeah, and I'm not sure it's going to come up enough
No, not
to
quite.
make connection.
real close.
So opportunity for Manitoba to get out of this end, really, and to score their 2 here.
Yeah, just, you know, it's the way it works. When I said 2 is looking tough, and then there they go. They have a chance for 2.
Absolutely, yeah.
That was a 3-3.
What's that?
This one was a 3-3. Same weight.
So the one comment that Marcia had yesterday is you can actually hear discussions and hear what the weight calls are and actually talk about, you know, when it comes to the able-bodied curling and the sweeping and the hurry hards and
Yeah.
all that. It's pretty hard to communicate, but out there it's you can definitely have communication out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, you're not fighting with the other teams on the other sheets yelling and screaming. Looks very similar.
Looks very close.
4-7.
14-6. So does it got the legs to get there? Oh, good try. So with that missed opportunity, Manitoba was able to score their 1 point in the second end, and the score is all tied up now.
The Men of Curling calendar is back for 2024. 18 curling athletes from 4 different nations are raising money for various charities. Support them by purchasing yours today at curlingcares.com.
The sports landscape continues to change, and teams and facilities are under more pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. They need the right team to deliver their product. Look no further than IKS Live. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience across all platforms.
The Men of Curling calendar is more than a date provider. Each edition is packed with beautiful images and tons of curling information too. Support curlers and charity by buying yours today at curlingcares.com.
And welcome back. Manitoba had an opportunity to get their 2 there, but narrowly missed their draw opportunity. But were able to get their 1 point and tie things up 1-1 after 2 ends.
Yeah, I think Jamie from Manitoba is probably happy he had the opportunity for 2, the way that end was looking. Alberta really executed really well for the most part all end, and Manitoba was in a bit of trouble until their last rock.
Yes, probably a big time sense of relief there for that. For both teams, you almost have to shake that end off and keep playing, right? They're both playing really well, and that double by Terry was really key in that end there for Alberta.
Yeah, and it's hard. Like, I know Martin, he, you know, missed his last shot to give that opportunity for 2, but you know, as a skip, that happens sometimes. It's unfortunate that your misses show a little bit more potential on the scoreboard, but you know, breathe a little sigh of relief that really in the end that they did still force Manitoba to the 1.
So 3 of the teammates here for Alberta 1 were here for last year's World Tour Championship and ended up going 4-1 in the round robin play. They went 5-3 in the championship pool and then lost in the semifinals to Saskatchewan 1.
Nice. Actually, Bruno that's throwing here was one of the first wheelchair curlers I met when I was working for Curl Sask, and we went out to Alberta to kind of learn a little bit about their programs, and Bruno was one of the first guys that was part of their programs out there, so he's been around for a while.
And what year was that for Saskatchewan?
Oh gosh.
Was it
I knew you were going to ask
sorry.
that.
Was it 2009?
Yeah, that sounds about right is when we
Okay.
started the program, but probably was around, we tried to get a few things going 2007, 2008.
Okay. Okay.
Take it out.
It's a lifetime ago for me, it feels like.
And what were some challenges that you guys faced when you first brought it to Saskatchewan? I know, like yesterday in discussions that we talked about earlier, the accessibility for some of the curlers and in these clubs. We're very lucky here in Moose Jaw that it is very accessible here. Even when we were at the old Hillcrest, we had the chairlift for the curlers to go down. And I know both clubs that are left in Regina there, the Cali and the Highland, are accessible as well too. But yeah, so what were some challenges that?
Well, the main challenge, and I think it still is in a lot of areas, is it's just the recruitment, finding interested people that are interested in curling. Wheelchair curling isn't a fast-paced sport. So, when you're trying to recruit athletes, there's so many other wheelchair sports that have a lot more adrenaline pace, and so depending, recruiting young athletes is very hard, right? Because it's a very strategic game. We all know it and love it, but its pace isn't the same as playing a wheelchair basketball or a sledge hockey or even some, canoe kayak or other things that are out there. So I think early on a lot of our first recruits were retirees from wheelchair basketball or wheelchair rugby and, done their career in that or wanted to try something else. So I think that's the, trying to make this game, something that players really want to hold their hat to and take advantage of, because there's so many opportunities. But getting that word out is hard, right? Because I feel sometimes our sport is, just because it's a slower pace, it doesn't necessarily attract those people that are interested. And that was the biggest thing. We would run clinics, we would put on camps, work with the Wheelchair Sports Association on trying to, but they already have their athletes in other sports. So now, well, where do you go to get other athletes or other people that maybe could be potential athletes? And it's just not always so easy to know what door to knock on and how to say, hey, come on out and try this sport. You might really enjoy it.
Absolutely. It was interesting talking to the third on Ontario too there, Shauna Petrie, and she says literally sometimes their recruitment is they see someone in a wheelchair and be like, have you tried?
Yeah.
But that's how she got into wheelchair curling, when she's at the dentist or the doctor's office, and someone said, have you tried? And that's how the door opened up for her. So it's
Yeah, and I think yes, curling clubs can have challenges with accessibility on, getting athletes to the ice surface, getting them in the building, ensuring, a lot of our curling clubs, were built in years where there was no standards for accessible entry, accessible washrooms. So that can be a challenge, but you still need the people to want to be interested and sign up and take advantage.
About 10, Wendy.
Saskatchewan is holding strong there. They were able to steal another point in the second end and have a 3-0 lead over Newfoundland Labrador. And New Brunswick was able to hold Ontario 1 to 1 point, and New Brunswick has a 2-1 lead after 2 ends of play.
Maybe I'll get the other way.
Gonna get a double here.
Yeah, it wasn't the shot that was called, so she was trying to hit the one that was just open in the 12-foot, but over curled and got the guard.
A little unfortunate that they put it behind all those staggered guards there, so.
14.
So Alberta has a great opportunity now, like you said, with those staggered guards that to draw around, top 8, even bite the top 4, put some pressure on Alberta, because those guards, because they're staggered and you can't see them fully, it's harder to use them to run back or tap.
It was interesting even talking with Wayne the other day about the evolution of the stick that they're using to throw with.
Yeah.
how did that, when it first came out, like, so those that are familiar with stick curling, for, you know,
That's all right.
was it similar to that? Was that what they
Yeah,
used?
that's all they used was the same sticks. And yeah, there's been a lot of innovation. I don't know it all. I'm not the expert for sure, but once, you know, a lot of our wheelchair athletes got in and they realized that just a regular stick doesn't always, that people use, that they walked with and threw with, doesn't always work the same for wheelchairs. So I know there's been some great innovation, probably still will continue on how to, you know, what's the best piece of equipment to execute from the chair.
But even at that, if you're interested in wheelchair curling, I think don't be scared about asking somebody or asking your curling organization on how to get access to a stick that these curlers use. I think they'd be more than happy or grateful. And as you mentioned too, there's MAP grants for most curling clubs through the different organizations to get access to these equipment.
Yeah, here in Saskatchewan we have it's called MAP, Member Assistance Program, where all the curling clubs can apply for funding for programming, membership recruitment, things like that, and wheelchair curling, it would be definitely part of that. So if there are clubs out there, and I'm sure that's the same across the country, there are opportunities. You just sometimes it takes a little work and a little effort to make it happen.
So Alberta's definitely got some rocks in front there, but that red rock is definitely going to be difficult to get out at the moment.
Is that good ice?
Yeah, again, because those rocks are kind of in that staggered position, you can't really angle them back directly onto that red one, or even angle them back into a position where they can stay behind the guards. So not always the best setup for Alberta, and Manitoba's going to try to take advantage of that and draw around and try to stay top house here.
14-1, yeah.
Good shot, Dennis.
Great weight on that.
Yeah, you can see all the rock with a little bit of space between that top 12-1, so opportunity to hit it, and you could roll, but you're probably not going to be shot rock, just with where the other red rock is over on the side of the forefoot. So even maybe just nosing here is a great option. Because if you roll right under, you're probably not going to be able to use it again. Nice paper kiss the top.
Well, if there's a bright side for Alberta, at least they kind of opened up the staggers.
They did.
And that red rock is still accessible down the center, but and those two yellows are actually, they almost look like they're set up to go right on to the red there.
Yeah, I think very close. There is some space between them, so you'd still have to hit, you know, the right portion of that top rock. Yeah, Dennis is going to probably, I assume, try to come right around. If not, throw the guard on that rock and that's top 4. Looks like it's going to be very close to top 12.
Good shot.
Good spot.
So options now for Terry. He can, you know, hit the red that's right there, play that double.
Got 2 choices. Hit this with a 9.
Yeah.
Or hit that one with a 10 and see if we can run it back.
Yeah, let's try that one.
You like the yellow?
Yeah.
I do like playing those
lined up
ones there.
nicely.
What about you, Amber?
The yellow ones?
Yeah.
You know, either is a good option.
So we see
what about that
just
outside
off
one?
center, just off nose.
Yeah.
Terry's
So
last, so
more
third's
ice.
last.
So a 10.
Try and open it up if you can.
I might stick with the one. I guess this way you're probably going to get at least second shot rock, whereas if you hit the rock that's top 12, you're only ever getting third shot again if you make the double.
Yeah.
So a bit of an opportunity to, you know, get something closer to the forefoot and maybe for your 2 points later.
Well, it changes the angles and kind of opens the one side up, really.
Yeah, you can pretty well see almost all the rock that's shot top 4.
Pretty good result, really, when you think about it, because it's forcing Manitoba now to make sure they place a good guard here? Or?
Yeah, and you still have some options on the run back on that yellow rock that you can see just in front of the, in the 12-foot in front of the red there. Yeah, there never really is a wrong shot in curling. Haven't really ever heard about a wrong shot very often, especially at this level of play. It's just more what you can execute, or if you don't execute, what's the next best option on that.
So Jamie's an accomplished curler as well too, being at the 2018 Winter Paralympics, winning bronze medal for Team Canada.
If you come down to it, it's fine. If you come down to it, it's fine.
If you come down to it, it's fine.
Looks like this rock is pretty well thrown. Line is really good.
Really good
Even
shot.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Even if he's a little in the house, it's
Really good.
Really nice line. Yeah, and even if the, run back is made again, Alberta cannot get shot rock with using that rock that Jamie just threw. So that's why it was a really, really good shot.
Oh,
Timeout.
timeout here already, yeah.
So Coach Andy Jones going to give his best advice coming out. Yeah, so they do have that yellow, red, yellow combination to get to the rock in the top 4 foot. Still, you're probably not going to get shot rock on that one on the left-hand side of the screen. The yellow on the right-hand side of the screen that's top 12, you probably could straight back and then get into for shot rock on that side. Might be my option. You're only moving 1 rock then.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Versus trying to move, 3 rocks to get to the rock top 4.
Let's hear what Andy has to
All right,
say
back
here.
up and see.
I think you hammer that number 7.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all you got. Just
Okay.
try to open it up and have something for your last, because right now it's like that. The angle on that hill is not good.
Not good, no.
So you just hammer the 7. You're on 2 rocks there that maybe you can put over. Get some red out of there.
All right,
Okay.
we'll do it.
You got it.
Okay,
Thanks,
so
Coach. I like this.
Yep.
I think
And you might get luck. You might actually squirt all 3.
Yeah, if
Doesn't
you throw
matter too
enough
much
weight,
which
you can
one- which
definitely
turn
kind
we
of
do, we've
come
gotta hit
like
it.
through that. The 2 red you see in the 4 foot there kind of come through the middle
do
and
that
squirt all
turn.
3. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might not leave the rings.
Yeah.
but you can
But
get them out of the 4 foot.
Get them out of the 4 foot. Yeah.
Yeah, and even if you can make one get out of the 4 foot, leave your shooter in a position, and that's what Andy said, that you might be able to use one of them to tap on your last one.
So Martin and Wendy were actually part of the 2019 gold medalist wheelchair national team.
all right.
They've won 5 silver medals and 1 bronze. So quite a resume.
Okay, playtime, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
I feel like Martin
Yeah, I
should be
wish.
doing this job, not me. It's just got it all.
Okay.
Lots of self-positive talk. And we're off. And how's it looking so far?
There's a hair inside.
He's got a lot of
But
weight.
He's got some good weight, so.
He's gonna make contact with, I think, at least 2 here.
Right through the middle.
Yeah.
Well, at least they got one of them out of the 4 foot, right?
Yeah, and opens up, which that's what Andy said was, both of those rocks will be available then for, the last rock, because they can't guard both now.
No.
Manitoba can't put a guard in a position to guard both of the taps on those yellows that we see at top 12.
Absolutely.
What are we protecting from?
What's that?
Where do you want to finish?
I want in between the 18 and center line, 15.
So Jamie was asking there too, exactly which one are we guarding, and I think Dennis is trying to do a little bit of both. Try to kind of put this guard where it shows a little bit of the outside of the outside yellow one, and make the tap a little tougher. It's always tough to do.
So they've got at least one tap here.
Yeah.
Or like you said too, we talked about those.
Yeah.
I mean, that is pretty tough, but to move those 4 stones there.
Yeah. At least that's probably a better one. At least we got rid of the that red rock that was kind of just nestled close to it at a bit of an angle. Okay, so what's her weight, do you think?
Probably just like an 11.
All right. So what do you think? Probably ice.
So yeah, they're hoping to promote this rock here. And then just tap it straight into here. I don't know, they said 11, so are they hoping to maybe run into that stone here?
Yeah, based on that
I'm
weight
down the
call,
wrong
I'm
side of
saying
the
they're wanting
But
to.
I remembered I came down on the wrong side of the ice. Okay, we're going to try and tap that one up.
We'll just let Martin explain.
I'm thinking about an 11, something like that. Sort of 11 or 12. Either one should be good, I think, in that range.
Yeah, so obviously he thinks he's taken the right ice, that if he throws the 11, which is a little heavier, that angle then would go back onto the red one, but a 12 could come up straight and tap it back right to the forefoot.
I think that's too heavy.
Oh.
Well, I'll take out their second shot.
Yeah. So a bit of a relief here for Alberta, just to give them the steal of 1, and
That was a little heavier than I
Manitoba
wanted.
takes a 2-1 lead after 3 ends of play.
This is it. It all comes down to this rock. The hours in the gym, the weeks away from my family. This is what I've been training for. And all those voices trying to tear me down, I'm here to silence them. We've given everything we have for a chance to get everything we want.
The sports landscape continues to change, and teams and facilities are under more pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. They need the right team to deliver their product. Look no further than IKS Live. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience across all platforms.
And welcome back. Alberta 1 had a pretty difficult shot there, but thankfully they were able to get one of the Manitoba stones out, and it was just a steal of 1 for Manitoba, with Manitoba taking a 2-1 lead. And my apologies too, Mark was actually part of the 2017 Canadian Wheelchair Championship gold medalist team as well too. And Dennis, Mark, and Jamie actually won as well too in 2014. And Dennis won in 2011 too, so quite an accomplished curler and team here. And Bruno was actually part of the 2019 gold medalist team
Bruno.
as well,
Right up
with
center.
Alberta.
Nice 10.
Yeah, I guess in the realm of our curling world, wheelchair sports is still relatively new, but when you look at the list of national championships, it's, we've been around for a while with that, but not the 100 and some years that some of the other regular curling is, but.
Great shot here by Bruno on Alberta. So yeah, we're pretty lucky to host this event. This is our 2nd year hosting, and Regina was able to host as well in 2016.
Good with that turn?
I believe next year the event is going to be going back to Quebec.
Oh, nice. I never had the opportunity to go to that facility, but I hear it's a great facility when they host. Team's just trading hits here.
Yeah.
Doing a really good job.
Saskatchewan 2 was able to steal another 1 point in the third end and have a 4-0 lead over Ontario 2.
Okay, Bruno, same shot.
And Newfoundland Labrador was able to, they were forced to their 1. And Saskatchewan 1 still has a 3-1 lead after 3 ends of play.
Nice, red on the broom.
This is looking really nice coming in here. Should come off hard off the center, which it is.
Really nice.
Nice roll to change the location too for that.
Yeah, now that Manitoba, if they want to hit that rock, it's going to a brand new path. We haven't seen any hits out here on this side of the sheet. So it's a little bit of a guess. You know, obviously they've played a number of games this week, so, you know, they'll have some information, but.
All the way, yep.
Yes, this is what you were talking about, Danielle, with the rock positioning has to be between those fine red lines that we see there. So with this shot, this is where the angle they want it to come from. They're moving it off the center line, but has to keep between that center line and the red line.
All it, throw the rock in.
Whoa, okay, wait.
A little more. Okay, whoa.
So the harder part with this, though, is that you don't have the, you know, when you place the rock on the center line, you know exactly where that rock is in relation to your chair because you have that reference point. And now when the rock is on something, or not on a line or a specific thing, you really, the team helps you out with where that lineup should be.
Just a little wide there.
Okay, anywhere over here, Wendy.
So a chance for Alberta here to set up a deuce.
Round of 14.
A wide open deuce here. So Wendy's been curling for 11 years, and this is her 7th trip to nationals. This looks really close. Needs to put the brakes
13.
on. 13, is that going to stick around?
Just maybe.
Oh.
Okay. You're still in.
Ooh.
Sigh of relief.
Yeah, I think they were all holding their breath there.
Yeah. Throw the same weight and I'll tighten the ice up.
So she must have thrown it okay and just, tighten the ice up there. So.
Yeah, nice you get to throw the same shot, can make the adjustment. This is where you know, the team has to be very clear on who's making what adjustment, right? So we sometimes see in all curling that the skip's made an adjustment, but then the thrower makes an adjustment and call it the double adjustment, and then you still don't really execute. So having communication, like Dennis has already said, he's tightened the ice up. So that says to me, just throw it the way you threw it. Jill's face said she didn't really like the throw.
No, and I think she might.
That was a 10-5
on the other side. So a chance for Alberta to be line 3 here.
Okay, Wendy, zone 3 would be nice. So round of 14.
off here. Line looks a little snug right off the bat, but that's okay. Starting to move pretty good here. 13-9, so he wanted 14.
Half.
That's pretty good.
Very nice.
Maybe I got the time wrong.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, I'll come down center.
You want this one?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they
I'll
wanted
come
they wanted
come
that a
down
little deeper. I think
that?
you know their zone 3 would be
Center.
full 8. Is that zone 3 for them?
Yes, could be, yeah.
But that's still a pretty good shot.
Getting all lined up. He's just a little out at the end there.
Come on. Yeah, his plow was wide too.
Yeah, he just seems to be just a little wide
Yeah,
today.
but it's
Dennis. I'm sure he'll want that one back.
Yeah. Yeah, I really would like to stay around in the rings, and especially if he could have got the hit and roll over, he probably could have got shot rock.
Zone 3.
You know, just a little too thin, rolled all the way out.
So 14.
Nice throw here coming from Terry.
Terry's been throwing some hits, so this is one of his first draws in the last couple ends.
Yes, it's been a while. Oh, that just looked like it must have picked something. It just kind of went sideways.
Nice shot, Terry.
Real good. Great weight, though. Great shot.
right on the rock.
There, he's tightening up the ice for himself here.
And sometimes you can't fight it, especially if you're, you know, like Dennis said, it's not at 100% with his throwing shoulder. So don't fight how you're throwing it, and just adjust where the broom is and where that visual is.
Right. There, he sounds happy already with this one. I'm just thinking he probably would have liked a little bit of a roll, but that's still a great shot, and as it is shot now too. So
yeah.
Good, Terry. 9.5, 10.
Yeah, Alberta's obviously going to have to chase this rock, but as long as they nose there, then the nose back might not be shot rock after. So I think that's their ideal, is to try to get to nose.
Nice weight.
So if they hit nose on that top one, are they going to be?
I think
they got to use the side one now, don't they?
Yeah.
And have a big roll, right?
Big roll, try to get, you know, you could roll all the way over to the center line there, get behind that rock top 12.
Oh, coach is frantically trying to call a timeout. Not sure if anyone's going to pay attention or. Let's see if Jamie notices or not. Oh, Jill just picked it up here. Yep, they're calling their timeout now.
Yeah, so the coach is behind the glass and can indicate for a timeout, but the timeout call has to come from the players on the ice. So. We'll hear what Coach Ron Westcott has to say. He's been to a few events.
Well, we won't be dry really. Okay. Okay.
I like hitting the front one. You can the doubles there if you get a little thin, or you get 3/4 of your ring between this one.
Okay.
Yeah,
This one
hit
on
this one with
just
your
off center.
Solid weight. Step 9. See if we can make a double.
Okay.
Make contact. When you
Okay.
roll it this way. Like edge of the yellow.
Edge of the yellow. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Two ways we can get doubles in, right? Okay.
It's a good timeout. Yeah, so
You wanna hit it right
Dennis's
here?
comment was,
Yeah.
well, we wouldn't be shot if we hit the one that Ron wants them hit on the top
Right on
12.
the-
And
right on
it's
the
like, I don't
button,
care
yeah.
about shot at this point. He just wants to eliminate rocks. And this is you know, there's an opportunity for the double of the one biting back 12. And just on that angle, it's a little easier. Playing the rock over on the side of the rings, double probably was never in play. So coach is saying, hey, hit this top one. You might even have an opportunity to double that one off the back 12. And being your first
Just behind
rock
the quarter,
too,
yeah. I'm a
it's
little taller.
again elimination, and maybe figure out how to get shot rock on the last one, or just take your licks and try to get rid of the yellows.
So Coach Ron Westcott was inducted into the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame in 2016. So first skip stones here for Manitoba in the fourth end. It's starting to fade back. It's got to come up just a hair. It's really close.
Come on.
And just missed the double there. Just missed
Whatever you
it.
like.
Yes, yeah, because this is a break.
So for Martin here, you just got to put another one in the rings here.
Yeah, I think he probably liked similar spot. You want to
About a
keep some
14.
distance. You know, Jamie's probably going to try to play a double again if he can. So similar spot, top 12 is great. Leave some distance between the one back 12 and you know, the angle over to the one over on the side 12 one is a little steeper. So a few rocks ago, he was looking for 14, so I assume that's still the same.
All right. I hope I'm not too heavy. Felt like it might be a bit heavy.
It does look a
Maybe
little bit
not.
warm, doesn't it, though?
What is it?
13.3
okay.
I got.
Yeah, should stay in the rings, I would think.
But opportunity here for Manitoba, I think, either to play a bit of a double or a hit and roll on those two back ones. Don't you think, Amber?
Correct.
I think we can make a double here.
Dennis does too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Offline.
Half a rock.
Yeah, just a 9.5, 9.5. Your last one was 8.4. 8.4 was your last one. 9.5.
Yeah, and even if you hit it a little thick and roll over on top, you know, you're still going to be shot rock and
pretty tough to get out.
Pretty tough to get both out. You probably can get both out, but 3 might not be in place. So
absolutely. So
really important to stay on broom side here and not over curl.
So he's definitely not tight. He's going to be really close. The line looks really close coming in. It's to curl up just a hair. Great shot by Jamie. Well, that's got to be a bit of relief here for Manitoba because it was looking like a 3-ender here for Alberta. And Alberta, I think, has to get that one out. And sometimes those rocks at the back of the rings can be tough to make because if you roll any way, it could be rolling out. So you want to make sure you have that nice control weight here.
Yeah, less rings on that outside of the circle there at the back. So,
but he's been making these nice hits here all game. So
yeah.
So they're shot, unfortunately, yes. All right. just focus on process. Okay, so nothing else exists.
Routine and process is really important, and doing the same things, and Martin obviously has that and even talks about it.
Absolutely.
This is looking pretty close.
It looks really good coming in here.
Yeah, is it gonna stay in?
Is it gonna stay in?
No. Okay.
No.
Tie game.
Yeah, so just like I said there, so Alberta was able to get their 1 point there in the fourth end, and we have a 2-2 tie at the end of 4.
Stay with it, Miss Cute. Stay with it, Quilts. What do you got? You got one, you got two, you got hands in the game.
Time to go home, kiddo.
Just one more throw, please.
Thank you for making moments like these possible.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You can throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
The sports landscape continues to change, and teams and facilities are under more pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. They need the right team to deliver their product. Look no further than IKS Live. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience across all platforms.
The Men of Curling calendar is back for 2024. 18 curling athletes from 4 different nations are raising money for various charities. Support them by purchasing yours today at curlingcares.com.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You can throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
Don't forget the brooms.
You got it.
Come on up. Stay with it, Quilts. What do you got? You got one, you got two, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You can throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
The Men of Curling calendar is more than a date provider. Each edition is packed with beautiful images and tons of curling information too. Support curlers and charity by buying yours today at curlingcares.com.
And welcome back. Alberta 1 had an opportunity for hit and stick for their 2, but unfortunately rolled out and they got their 1. But things are tied up 2-2 after 4 ends of play here.
Yeah, some opportunities missed by both skips the last couple ends, but keeping it close for this last 4 ends of our game.
Give you a quick updates as well too. Ontario 2 was able to get 4 in the 4th and tie things up with Saskatchewan 2, so game is 4-4 apiece there. Saskatchewan 1 is up 5-1 on Newfoundland Labrador. New Brunswick and Ontario 1 are tied up 3-3. And Alberta 2 and BC. BC is up 4-3. And they're actually on BC, Alberta 2. They're just doing a measurement here as they're finishing up the 4th end. So we'll give you an update there once they get the measurement done. So it looks like we're going to get rocks in play here right off the bat in the 5th end.
Yeah. Guard goes up. Can't be removed, so Manitoba has to determine what they want to do, and drawing around is the call.
Top 8.
So one challenge too for the wheelchair curlers is trying to stay warm out there. You'll notice that some of them have different footwear out there. Some are actually wearing winter boots. A lot of them actually do wear the heated vests now out there to kind of stay warm. You can understand and appreciate.
I was just thinking that.
I know there's times on our team, Penny's like, no, I want to sweep that.
Yeah.
I need to warm up. Yeah. So it's a little challenging for the wheelchair curlers. Try and stay warm.
Want it back?
Had a little time clock issue going on here, but they'll give them some time back. Red's clock was running when it should have been yellow.
That can be kind of sometimes distracting for a player, but you kind of have to let it go, and thankfully that's why these guys have coaches in some ways, and you kind of leave it up to your coaches to get that managed, and you can just focus on your game.
Yeah, and both teams here are playing with really good pace. I don't think either are in, unless they slow down a lot in the last few ends. They have sufficient time. So it was a nice draw weight there, but it was wide open, so gave Alberta the opportunity to hit, and they did roll past the other guard, but wide open again. So Mark is going to take this out.
A little wide here again too. We've talked about if you're over a little wide on that side there, they're not going to come back. So
yeah, and it's there's no forgiveness once that rock comes off the stick. If it's there's that little bit of flare outward, there's no option for it to come back unless you've dropped the weight and it can actually grab some curl.
Give you an update on the measurement there. Alberta 2 was able to steal 1, so actually things are tied up after 4 now, 4-4 apiece.
They just a little inside.
So you notice when Martin's throwing his rocks, he does a lot of positive self-talk and mental preparation for himself there. And through all of your years with even your experience that you had in your women's play, how much has the mental side of things changed over the years? Or,
Yeah, lots. Yeah, I'm, when we started in juniors was probably the first time that really it was coming into the curling scene. So yeah, working with mental trainers, physical trainers, that was probably just coming kind of past the, the Ed Lukowicz Olympics sort of thing. Yeah, so it you know, it's enhanced, I think, the sport in numerous ways. And yeah, very rare that any athletes at this top level don't have a process. They may not have a person that they work with, but they have a process, they have routines. You know, they do things to ensure that they're consistent out there, and that's not only just throwing rocks, you know, doing some physical training, it's also the mental side.
So Manitoba was able to knock one of the Alberta stones out of play, but roll out here, so Alberta has a chance to throw another one in the rings here.
Very similar shot to Wendy's first one. See if she can repeat.
Looks like it's just going to be a guard here.
Looking good, Wendy.
Maybe that was the call.
Yeah, that's
a great shot still.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a hole there, but it's not that big. Could give it a try though, and even if you get one of the top guards, that's not a problem.
Yeah, I like it. And Jill can definitely throw enough weight and throws lots of rotation, so that rock runs really straight here. So did you ever try and throw from the chair?
Yes.
And?
It's not good. I think the our Saskatchewan wheelchair crew used to have me out, and I
did you get better over the years?
No, I didn't do it enough to try.
Oh, okay.
I think the thing that so close. I think the thing that shocked me the most is how much of my core helped me. And then when you realize a lot of the wheelchair athletes don't have the same core strength, how spectacularly that some of our wheelchair athletes can throw, and how accurate and how much speed they can get when they don't necessarily have the same core strength. So that was probably the most shocking to me. I never really figured out it was with the old sticks. I've never tried with the new technology now, so that probably something I could do. But yeah, I you know, at the point of where you release the rock, it never seemed to be online.
So a bit of a mistake here by Terry, slipping in and creating Manitoba a double potentially here.
Yeah. Anywhere on the left-hand side of these rocks, you can get the double and even a roll in behind that other yellow guard. Have you tried throwing?
I have not. I've never been given the opportunity, I'll say.
I thought you had.
Well,
so, right? Maybe I'll have to bug Marie and Gil next year in Cash League and let me try it. But I have used the stick though.
Yeah.
And what a great invention, introduction to the game to keep people playing.
Yeah. Can't tell from the look on Dennis's face if he liked it or not.
He's a little, no, he's good.
No.
He's got to be close.
Really good shot.
Yeah, a little bit of a roll in to the other side. Not quite underneath the guard, but still changes it up for Alberta. They want to chase that rock.
Okay, 9.5, 10. 9.5.
That's good. Thumbs up.
Now for Alberta, it'd be nice to get that roll around the center guard again.
This is looking pretty good too. Might be close to the roll as well.
Really close to being fantastic, but still changes the rock location there again. So
yeah, and that's it's a kind of a lesson to learn from all curling, is that not trying to change things up to give the other team that they have to manage a new spot, manage new information. is always a bit of an advantage.
This looks pretty close. It is finishing up pretty hard for him, though, isn't it?
Oh, no.
Oh, I thought he was going to get by there.
Did you say where you want it?
Let's see. Pretty much edge of 8, I think.
Edge 8?
It's curling about 3 feet still, so.
Yeah. Okay.
They're just probably calling just the straight guard here.
I think so. Both teams are pretty good for time, sitting at 19 and 17 minutes. At the start of the game, everyone has 38 minutes plus 2 timeouts. So their pace of play has actually felt pretty good here. I mean, the fourth end was pretty much, as soon as the first hit was missed, and it was just became a draw and a hit game, things have been fairly simple here. So simple and straightforward.
It's never really simple.
No, it's not.
But straightforward.
Straightforward, yeah. Update as well, 2 Ontario. 2 was able to steal 2 on Saskatchewan in the 5th end, and they are now up 6-4.
This is looking really good. Coming in a little farther than I think he wanted. Yeah. Line was great. Just probably wanted to stop about 2 feet in front of that.
Nose. 9.
From the center?
Yeah.
Yeah, so looking for the nose here to get the double.
Line looks pretty good. It's just starting to over curl.
Yeah, so leaves shot rock for Alberta. Got the hit and roll over almost behind the corner, so it's the, do you chase that second shot rock or just throw the guard? Martin's decided to throw the guard, just threw it, so just adjust just slightly. He doesn't want this to come into the rings because then there's potential opportunity for
a little lighter.
Maybe a double back or
that one
multiple points. So
it sure felt like it wasn't
He's
going
just
to.
checking it out over there. He does have altitude if he wants to play it, but you're right. He just played this.
All right.
Throw what you know sometimes.
Getting across the hog line is fine.
Last stones for Team Alberta here in the 5th end.
It's a little tight from a line perspective, but as long as he doesn't come too deep, it should stop and be okay.
Yeah, it's moving still pretty good, isn't it, though?
Yep, and it overcurled a tiny bit.
Tiny bit.
So
take it off. How much can you see of it now?
A little less than half, almost half.
Just 9.5.
Yeah, so hitting this rock with 9.5, what they can see of it, keeping your shoot around is going to be a little dicey, but obviously over to the side of the house where you haven't played, it's probably going to be a little heavier. So if they can hit as much as they can see, might be able to keep the shooter around for 2, but I think their first goal is just to make it go away and ensure the 1.
absolutely, because it does have a long ways to go there.
Yeah.
throw here already. Yeah, and it's
Sorry,
just
Dan.
gonna run.
One yellow.
Aw. So that is, yeah, 1 yellow for Team Alberta. So they take a 3-2 lead after 5 ends of play.
Don't forget your brooms. Come on up. Stay with it, Quilts. What do you got? You got 1, you got 2, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
The sports landscape continues to change, and teams and facilities are under more pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. They need the right team to deliver their product. Look no further than IKS Live. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience across all platforms.
And welcome back. It was a pretty difficult shot here for Team Manitoba to get their 2 there, and Alberta was able to steal their 1. But it is a tight game, and kind of what we figured it was going to be. It was going to be a really well-played game, and lots of opportunities for both teams here.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's just stringing all of those, you know, the shots together, and when you have that opportunity, when the other team gives you a little opening, can you find it and close the door? And unfortunately, Jamie there, it was a small opening. That was a tough shot.
It was a tough shot.
You know, I think he's probably more disappointed in the way he threw it more than, you know,
Yes.
not getting the point on the board, but.
Absolutely. It's easier to, if you don't make a shot, it's easier to take it away when you've actually felt like you've thrown that rock really well.
Yeah.
And yeah. So guard up and play there by Alberta. Manitoba's going to use it.
Think 3-5, 375.
So things are tightening up a little
3-5,
bit.
375.
Yeah, and I think it's a trend in you know, especially this for wheelchair, because there's no brushing like you see in the regular curling game. There's humidity out there, and that creates a little bit of frost that then settles in between the pebble, and then that's why you can see that the ice slows down. Whereas
14.
in regular curling, when we have the brushing, that kind of pulls that frost off between the pebbles. So, yeah, doesn't happen in every place, obviously, but you did say it has been slowing a little the last few ends here.
It was interesting talking to Gil Dash, who was part of Team Canada at the Worlds, and he did say they actually did bring the mop out for after every end.
Yeah.
And so then, yeah, the ice conditions actually stayed the same right from end 1 to end 8. So.
So lovely weight there by Mark. Just didn't quite get around the guard, so Bruno's going to try to take this out.
It's moving already, though.
Okay, just a bit inside, Bruno.
Yeah, just tick the guard.
Oh, we're calling a timeout here.
Was that our second one?
Oh. So I wonder if the discussions took, because it is early in the end here, and we'll find out.
Sorry, Ron, I thought that was the first one.
Oh, he's just talking about the number of timeouts. Just wanted some feedback from Ron.
No, I wanted.
Are you kidding? Okay, what's the call now? That's our second.
Well, I want to split the house, but I wanted to
Draw around the yellow.
Yeah.
To that side.
Yeah,
I
I wanted
time
to.
out for this.
I wanted to make sure.
Okay, that's the only call.
Okay, I think you did.
Stop, make sure. Okay.
Okay, let's go, guys.
There we go. So, I mean, obviously the plan was going to be to split the rings. The tough part, I think, for Manitoba there, maybe just thinking because that is down the center, right? So you have to be careful. Like I said, this is still lead stones, and you don't want to set up a double at some point in time. So maybe just confirming, where to place it.
Yeah, I think so. Like I think
Well,
Dennis
same
just,
weight.
like he made the comment. It's like, oh, this is our second
way.
time out. So I think he was just wanting to confirm the best way to, to knowledge this end and manage how to keep rocks in spots where maybe there isn't a potential double. So I think he was thinking that they hadn't called a previous timeout, so they would have one later in the game. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Again, time isn't an issue. It's just more strategic, as Ron said.
Yes.
Dennis knew what to do.
Yes.
Just looking pretty nice.
Yeah.
Could have had it over a little bit more.
3-7.
Again, to keep some distance between those red rocks, but still really good. You're going to see Alberta play the rock in the center of the rings anyway, and you never know
10.
if they hit and roll out, you can split the rings and keep rocks farther apart.
Yeah. So they're going to try and be hitting and rolling to the rock as much as they can, and that's going to be the game plan for Alberta this end here. So Wendy's first one here in the sixth end.
It'll be okay though. We can get a nice rollover.
It's really running here.
Yeah.
Let's try
to roll a hair over. That's a really nice shot.
That is a wonderful shot by Wendy.
Yeah, so now this forces Manitoba that they want to roll somewhere with that. That obviously remove the rock is first shot, but first goal number one. But if they leave it right there, it groups those rocks and have potential doubles available to Alberta
9-5.
later. It's great getting great feedback from the holder of the chair. Sometimes I wish I had that. Do I look right? Does it look right? Doesn't feel right. Does it look right?
This is moving already, isn't it?
Shit. Nice try.
Oh.
Whoa. Good hustle, Dennis. Good hustle.
Well, the good news for Manitoba, they didn't jam it.
Yes.
And that yellow stone is out of place. So, here's this.
Yeah, and they did that. Their own red rock didn't be removed from the rings either, and moved it over even a little farther to the wings. So again, making Alberta find a different spot, someplace new that is a little different from where they've been. It's looking real close.
Great shot by Wendy. Well, it's something for Manitoba to try and use.
Yeah, there's one lowly little guard over there. It's not necessarily, you can't bury behind it.
Nope.
And be in the rings, but you could try to get, half around that guard, and then where Wendy's rock roll to could be something that's annoyingly in your way if you're top house.
Absolutely, and then if Alberta tries to hit it, they might end up stuffing it, the Manitoba stone onto it. So sometimes you gotta use whatever you can that's out there right now.
Bit more.
Such teamwork out here. That definitely goes to show to the experience that this Manitoba team has, that they're all engaged in every rock that's being thrown and helping each other out.
Your second one?
This weight looks really, really close. Not going to curl over super far, but you know, as long as it's top house, they'll be happy with that. Yeah, real nice weight.
Nine and a half, Terry.
Curl up.
Yeah, Terry's going to need this to curl, or it might kind of shimmy over onto the one over on the side we were talking about.
And there's the jam that I was talking, yeah.
Yeah, rock.
So opportunity here for Manitoba to really split the rings now.
Yeah. Yeah, get it
Edge
over
of 8.
on the other side. It's always going to go to the center. Go with the path that he knows. Nothing wrong with that too. Just laying 2 in the house.
Might be a little short.
Don't want to be short in this situation when you have an opportunity here, but looks like it's got the steam to get in there maybe. Just little cleaning. Come on. Not quite.
Yep. Is it in?
Yeah, but
Same weight.
it's splittable though.
Terry, I'll give you a little less ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they roll out on this here,
You can go around that guard, potentially split that, because the other guard you can't get around and be in the rings. So, you know, that's having that rock there is a really good miss versus through the rings.
just trying to. It's got to come up though again.
Yeah, I think he's got a little nibble of it.
Oh. It was going. It's fine. So chance here, I think, for Manitoba though to try and split. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody that watched the Women's Worlds last week, this is very similar,
do you
just
want
the other
ice?
side of the sheet.
Right. Or even the Briar too, with Guju, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to get to this side of it, right?
Yeah. You know, and playing these splits,
you like that?
even if you nose it, it's straight back, get another one in the rings, a little bit behind cover, that's a great option too.
Yes.
So no risk here playing this shot.
No. It's got to come up just a hair. It's trying. Yeah, you don't want to roll it out though. That's well, at least he did knock it in the rings, and here again too, if Alberta does accidentally roll out, then he can roll on or draw under that guard there.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, probably was a little caught in between that weight. Probably wasn't bad if he came across the side.
Yes.
Came across the rock, only hit half a rock.
Yeah.
Probably was the right weight. Whether he just didn't throw it at the broom in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
A little less weight, he would have just played the tap straight back.
Yes. Off. It's running pretty straight.
It's going to be on it.
Should be coming up for him.
Yep.
9-4.
Shot. Nice shot.
Nicely nosed.
We're just always just a 10. I want to hit and roll over.
Yeah, I like this call here. Especially when you're most likely going to be well, I shouldn't say most likely forced. It's a good chance to try and get 2 here.
Yeah.
And
just 10?
Just a 10.
Even though it's behind tee,
Won't
if you
over
can
curl?
roll quite a bit over, that's a decision time for Alberta to make.
Correct.
That's good.
Yeah, and again, changes up their shot, right? You wanna, you could just play for the nose and make it go away, but why wouldn't you change up the shot for Alberta one way or the other?
Yeah, a little tight out of his hand. He's gonna hold and make contact here.
I think so, and it might even stay in the rings because he had that softer weight.
Just rolls out.
All right, so we try and go around the center guard.
Yeah, so opportunity.
I think
now.
a little less than that.
Now for
Yeah,
Alberta
about there.
to draw around that guard, even though it isn't their own, but force Manitoba into a little tougher shot for either one or potentially the blank. It's a real nice throw.
I think it's a little heavy. No, I think it's heavy. I don't know. We'll find out.
I don't think it's heavy. I think he's going to be pretty nice.
Looks like he's
What was the time?
Oh, is it going to make it?
Suck in there. Suck in there.
Oh, it could
Oh,
go.
Good job, Martin.
Yeah, I needed just a...
Yeah, and that could just be a function of how he felt he threw it, or the ice is changing slightly.
Yeah, that's right.
Throw a 9 at it.
These ones are sometimes tough too when you're being called to throw a 9, to throw an 8-5, given the situation. So,
yeah, contact is key. You know, and even if he hits and rolls in, scoring in the even end is still not a bad
9,
thing.
you said?
absolutely.
When you do have last rock, you are looking for those multiple points, but sometimes the timing of where.
Whoa.
This is really moving. With that, it is another steal of 1 for Alberta, and they take a 4-2 lead after 6 ends of play.
The Men of Curling calendar is back for 2024. 18 curling athletes from 4 different nations are raising money for various charities. Support them by purchasing yours today at curlingcares.com.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You can throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
The Men of Curling calendar is more than a date provider. Each edition is packed with beautiful images and tons of curling information too. Support curlers and charity by buying yours today at curlingcares.com.
And welcome back. Manitoba unfortunately got caught going to the wings there and with the overcurl, which gives the steal of 1 for Alberta 1 to take a 4-2 lead.
Zone 2.
Yeah, I think Jamie would again like that throwback.
So if you're Alberta here, you're up 2. Are you wanting to keep it somewhat simple?
Think so. Yeah, I don't think you want to overcomplicate it. You don't need a ton. Rocks in play means lots can happen.
Right.
So I would think that they're looking for this one tight to the rings or even in.
All right, you're in the death zone.
Okay, come around.
Give you a quick update here after Ontario 2 got their 4 in the 4th. They stole 2 in the 5th, and then Saskatchewan 2 responded with 3 in the 6th. So Saskatchewan 2 is up 7-6 now after 6 ends of play.
It's a lot more points that's going on over here.
Right.
Manitoba trying to come around the center guard.
3-9.
9.
Starting to finish. Looks really nice. It's a great spot. Got a little buried. As we'll give you an update too, Saskatchewan 1 is up 6-1 on
Nice 10,
Newfoundland
Bruno.
Labrador.
It's very similar to last end, how it started. If you remember, Bruno took off his own guard last end and then kind of gave an opportunity for Alberta to lay 2. So we'll see if he can get around his guard and hit the one in the rings this time.
It's a little inside.
Yeah, it's moving already, so.
Again, not a bad miss if they're trying to keep it a little bit more open, if that's their game plan.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that's their
Come in
game plan.
here.
What's Manitoba going to do this time round?
Or do you guys want to tap it back? Or do you want to tap it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think staying one side or the other, drawing again, keeps the rocks separated, not grouped. Reduces the chance of potential doubles.
And getting in the rings there too then.
Yeah. And worst case, going to this open side, you know, and come up a little light, and it's a guard, and you might be able to use it later on in the end.
Pretty good, Mark.
After giving up 4 in the first end, Alberta 2 was able to score 1 in the second, steal 2 in the third,
that's
steal
where
1 in the
some of them
fourth,
are
and 1 in the
just
fifth,
log
and they're now
line.
leading 5-4 over British Columbia after 5 minutes of play.
Okay, Wendy.
Yeah.
A 10.
Rock just snuck into the ring, so Manitoba lying 2. Wendy being asked to remove shot rock right on the center line. Looks pretty good.
So Manitoba's going to be looking for the hit and flop, I'm guessing here. And flop away from the other red stone, that is, though.
Yeah, I think so. We'll try to
keep some separation between those
Exactly.
rocks.
Roll to the right as we see it on the screen.
9.5.
Good.
Little tight.
Great words of encouragement. Jamie just on the straight through throw.
Great shot.
Looks really good.
Yeah, real nice. This is good there too. Still not an automatic double.
You don't really want to take that chance right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Or need to.
could.
Yeah.
You could.
Yeah.
You got to still
Same
hit
weight,
about
Wendy.
probably a third of a rock
Try
and with some
see if we can
speed to get
skip
that other
and
one through.
Roll a
So
little bit.
If you roll under here, that's actually really good here for Alberta.
looks like Martin's taking a hair more ice too. So
got the
that's what he's
broom.
looking for, is to
Ooh.
maybe hit and roll back towards his broom underneath.
Yeah, you might be okay still. Yeah, but yeah, you were a bit outside.
It's contact.
Yeah.
Kind of running out of rings here almost.
Mhm.
Again, too, do you want to roll away just to get a little bit thicker on the rings, or even nose, or what's the?
I think you got lots of options that are good.
Right?
Yeah. Nose is great because then Alberta coming back has got to roll on one of the other your shots. Even if you roll away to the other side, keeps some separation for potential double. Looks like we're probably going to get nose.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bit of an opportunity here maybe for Alberta to make both of those go away, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. third of a rock on the center one. Just push that other one over.
Try to get a bit of a roll.
Okay.
So 9.5.
Yeah, anywhere on broom side here. You're probably kicking that other red rock off. You don't have to move that far to remove it from the rings.
Don't go through the middle.
Not looking for the field goal. This looks really good. Yeah, nice shot.
Really good shot,
Terry.
good result.
He's got a couple doubles this game.
Yes,
Really
he
good.
has. He's, yeah.
Yeah. Martin called 9.5. I think Terry threw it a bit more, which is quite fine. Knew that he had the option to always stay on the broom side of that rock. But you did hear him say, don't go through the hole. It's just pretty short, skinny hole, but
It
could have
was.
happened.
Yeah.
No, a bit more, Jamie.
Looking for a draw
Right,
under here.
Yeah. So even though the Alberta rock is in the rings, Manitoba knows they need to generate some offense, and the way to do that is to utilize that as a guard. So try to draw around it. Like a really good throw.
It does. Lots of line.
Starting to curl now, coming off that line.
13-3.
It's definitely slowing down a bit.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, 13-3 at this first half of the game. We were hoping that was going to stop in the rings in spots. So
Yeah.
ice is changing just a hair for sure.
I never did get a
9.5.
chance to ask Wayne Kyla when he was on. Did he ever try wheelchair curling?
I'm sure he did.
Yeah. So
But
you can't tell me how he
can't-
did.
no,
Oh, okay.
No.
This is looking really good coming in.
Yeah, Terry has been throwing really well.
He's had a really good game today.
Coming around?
Yeah.
Manitoba does. It's a tough little double there. You could play it with some speed, hit it, and kind of give up this end and say, hey, maybe we can try to get multiple points in the last end. But staying on the offensive here. There's probably no turning back now that it's thirds last.
Well, that might be a little more than 4 feet.
I think it's looking pretty close.
I think it looks really good, actually. It's got to sneak by. It does. That looks like a really nice shot.
Very good.
It's about half open.
So decision time now for Alberta and Martin.
Move your rock over a little bit off the line.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. I'll keep trying to overthrow it.
Yeah.
I think I can see most of it.
Do you like taking this risk on?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think there's, as long as you make contact with, obviously, the red rock, but even if you shimmied the top,
some good things could still happen.
Good things could still happen. That yellow rock that we see just kind of biting the one red line, it can just kind of skimmy back into shot rock. You're probably never removing shot rock, but
you just don't want to airmail it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the nice thing about, as we talk about the rock position on wheelchair curling, he's going to move this off the line to get a better kind of angle of attack, so to speak.
Right.
So really, for regular curling, when you see these and you can only see half, it's from everyone's coming from the same hack, and here you can adjust that angle. So really, he can probably see almost all of it from the angle that he's trying to come at it.
Right.
No, that's gonna, I pushed that out.
Oh.
Yeah. Pushed that way out. Okay.
That's too bad. So rock placement now for Manitoba here.
Well, you can just follow your own rock down, come in around,
Yeah.
see
Same
what they
thing.
talk about, or just draw open side.
And you can, what was my weight?
13.6. 3.6.
Okay, so we want to throw 3.5.
Yeah.
And then it could, and
Even if
you
I hit
split
it, roll over here.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
So
looking
inch of
at
4?
split.
Maybe give me 2 inches more.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Even if-
13.5.
Yeah.
Even if you draw down, even freeze to it, that's not a bad option there, but they have options to play the split off of it, get it the rocky seed buried more under those guards, and then roll your the shooter over to the broom side.
Good discussion on the weight there, what they just saw and what they're wanting.
So this is one of those opportunities where the door has been opened, and we'll see if Jamie can execute and put some pressure back on. It's a great opportunity to score 2 or potentially even multiples.
Line looks maybe a little wide.
I'm not sure he's going to get to the
Yeah.
rock. Heavier than they wanted.
12. It's got to stick in the rings for Manitoba here. And it just slides through. So tough day at the office here for Jamie.
Let's see if Martin can make the adjustment. He's basically going to be playing the same shot.
BC was finally able to shake the hammer off, and things are tied up after 6-5-5 over with Alberta 2.
Right. Okay, so it's just off center. So let's just stay with what we know. Not going on other things.
Looked like a better throw this time.
Did. Still hanging. It's coming up now.
Real nice.
Great
Oh,
shot.
no, it didn't.
Not
Just
quite.
Nope, didn't get quite enough of it.
So opportunity here for Manitoba to get their 2 in the 7th.
Yeah, you had a great line there. Just, you know, the houses, as we said, the ice changes even in the house there too. You know, probably in the first end that goes
yeah.
through the rings, but right now everything's tightened up a little bit.
375.
So final stone of the 7th end coming here for Manitoba. Opportunity for their 2. It's really hanging now. It's starting to
Girl
just
now.
moving now. 13-4.
That should be really good,
Should
I
be
would
close.
2 red.
And a great shot by Jamie there for Team Manitoba. Ties things up at 4 apiece after 7 ends of play.
Everything I've worked for, everything I've sacrificed, has led to this. It's out of your hands now. All the gold medals in the world can't help you now. You can throw the perfect rock and still miss, but it just takes one. You leave it all out there on the ice to leave behind a legacy.
The sports landscape continues to change, and teams and facilities are under more pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. They need the right team to deliver their product. Look no further than IKS Live. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience across all platforms.
And welcome back. Manitoba was able to get their opportunity and take advantage of getting their 2 in the 7th and tie things up 4 apiece.
Yeah, our first multiple score, more than one, and great time to do it for Team Manitoba. Now let's see if they can keep the pressure on and get that other score when they don't have hammer. But Alberta's going to do their best to hopefully have their shot for the win.
Quick update as well too. Saskatchewan 2 was able to steal 2 in the 7th and have a 9-6 lead over Ontario 2 playing the 8th end.
So just
At this time, we'd like to thank Curling Canada for giving Moose Jaw the opportunity to host this wonderful event, and thank you to Curl Moose Jaw for hosting and the volunteer support, as well as Tourism Saskatchewan. Visit Moose Jaw and Sask Lotteries. Day champion sponsors Dr. Lee Trong at Main Street Dental, First Steps Wellness Center, and URO Medical Supplies. Friends of the Championship, Family Pizza, Motion Cares, Fish's Pharmacy, Moose Jaw Express, Dr. Andrew Lavoie Medical Professional Corporations, and Bugar Industries. Thank you all so much for your support for this event.
Okay, 13-3, Bruno. Nice shot.
So guard goes up. Bruno from Alberta being asked to draw around. Went a little heavy, back 12. Interestingly enough, that was a 13-3 back 12 coming this way. But we heard 13-3 going the other way.
Even if you come top 12,
top
that's
house.
fine.
Mark being asked to draw around his own guard. Got a little tight on the line here. It's going to just paper kiss, I think, the top. We're going to see Roxon play now with 2 guards.
I was just thinking that.
14, let's see if we can
They
get
waited
this
all
in front
game.
of the tee line.
Just playing for the fans coming home.
Yeah.
Alberta would really love to keep this one top house, you know, even top 12, top 8.
Absolutely.
Bruno need to make an adjustment. He wants it a little lighter. Looks like it might be a lot lighter.
Too light, yeah. Yeah, 16-6, so.
Okay, promise would have been heavy, Bruno.
375.
So definitely game on now.
Oh yeah, now it's going to be a race to the button here, or a race to the forefoot almost, because if you go to the button there and you're just a little too far, you can still tap things or move things around that way. Line looks like pretty good, looking a little snug.
Yeah, not too bad actually. I think gonna get by. It has the weight.
15.
Yeah.
Just a hair short.
Yeah. Oh, calling timeout here by Alberta. That's probably a good time for a timeout, because it is getting pretty congested here.
Yeah.
All right. So in regular curling, they'd probably be filling guards. That gives them an opportunity to get stuff in that we can't get out. Okay. Okay. Get one top 4.
Okay.
Like if Mark Kennedy was here, it's a kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do the port this way?
I would go
This way.
outside.
So we have our guard.
Okay. Okay, Wendy. So we need 14.
You know, and you and I talked about, I'm not sure if we
maybe
talked
a
about on
little,
air or
maybe
just before the
13 and a
game
half.
and talking about, you know, the run backs. And
I'll give you a pretty good ice.
unfortunately,
And you've got
some
some
shots
backing.
are just a little more difficult to manage or maneuver for wheelchair curling. So the strategy is just a little bit different when it comes to that. So absolutely right. If this was regular able-bodied curling, you would be cleaning up the guards if you had hammer. But here it's a race to the button.
Yeah. Love the turn selection though. You can get really kind of suckered into going the in-turn side that Manitoba has been taking. But love this turn selection. You could still get top four. You've played it. And it still leaves the button open on the other side if Manitoba can't figure out how to take that's, you know, because you know that's the way they're going. So
absolutely
pick the side that you kind of know and you've been using. So Bruno threw two here. Now asking Wendy to take that information and get one top four.
So she's going to be really close here. Line's looking really good. 12-8. So
probably a hair heavy.
Yeah. But good news, you got information on that stone though, right? I think that line was really good. Had the weight been there.
I still like this here.
Yeah, and just like you call it, they're going to be playing that in turn. So.
Not much of adjustment for Jill. She just came up probably about 3 feet short the last 2 feet short the last time. So wanting to only add probably about 3 more feet, 4 more feet. Looks really good.
Yeah.
Does have that extra rotation, so it does go a little farther, but still stays shot rock at the back 12.
So decision time here for Martin. Does he keep going the way he was or does he follow?
13 and a half, 14.
You know, either isn't wrong. You can get more of the button coming this way.
Yes.
And then with that yellow or red rock at the back 12, you know, the wall looks a little more, you know, in your favor coming the in-turn side.
Yeah.
Looked like a really good throw. Sitting right behind the spot where the broom was, and Wendy just nailed that one.
Gonna slide deep 2, I think, here.
What did you say? It was going to be a race to the button or the top 4 foot?
Yeah. Both teams are really good for time here.
Yeah. Everything for ice. I think a little less. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you like Manitoba switching the turns here, or what do you think? Or it's I mean, both are okay, right?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm intrigued of why. Maybe it's just the way Dennis is throwing, and he feels a little more comfortable with this turn.
Maybe.
The fact that he's a lefty, I'll have to ask him.
Yeah.
13-5, 14.
His line looks okay. Does he got the legs to get there though? 14-2. So it's lighter than what we've been having, which is probably a good thing. You know what's close? That's a good spot. It's a good.
Don't think he didn't get shot because that other one back house is in the
Okay,
8 foot.
Terry, 14.
Yeah.
But do you think he can use it though if he needed?
Definitely, yeah. I think he can see enough. He could use it, but Alberta's just same thing. Still racing to that top 4.
Yeah.
Terry's a little tight here on the release.
All right.
Maybe a hair light too. Probably going to just chop off that long guard right in the hole.
Yeah, we're not coming in that way.
Well, good news for Manitoba. He just played this line here.
Yeah.
And he just
Give me
needs
this
to
a little
move
bit
it
less
a
ice.
foot,
Yeah.
2 feet.
Yep.
Look at 13.
Yeah.
We have a first complete game of the evening. Saskatchewan won, got 3 in the 7th to take a 9-2 lead over Newfoundland Labrador.
See if Dennis can make the adjustment. These are always a little tough. You know you have to throw more weight, and he tightened up the ice, but
and you don't want to be light.
Yeah, it's they're very the taps are very accurate shots to play.
Yeah, and this is yeah, just that much hotter.
Okay, now decision time for Team Alberta. So options are
shot.
Yellow.
All right.
so we could just guard.
Let's guard.
Guard that raise that Manitoba has. And then leave the 2 taps.
Yeah.
So 15, 16.
So Manitoba and Alberta both each have a top there. They are quite long.
Long taps. They're always makeable.
Well,
they're just always, they're hard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think, I don't mind the guard call here because trying the tap on your, did that pick?
A little soft handle there, and it's just walking over there. I think that shot is, it's still there, I think, though.
Yeah, that guard's long.
It is.
They can't see as much as they did, but because the guard's so long, I think they can get around and tap that rock top 12.
And you're watching it, and
yeah, so it's rotating really nice, and then you can just see it just stops rotating.
Yeah.
So just either picked a bit of debris or a spot on the ice.
I mean, his weight was perfect for what he wanted to do.
Yeah, just took a turn and slowed down and curled. So yeah, you can see, you can't see as much of the red one, but because that guard's so long, it should still curl past it. And you can play the tap to the 4 foot. So.
This is one of those ones you just think of the broom and the weight. Don't think about anything else.
That's what you're supposed to do on every shot.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, that's the key.
That's the key.
Okay, I got it.
It doesn't always work that way, but. My coach says it's a simple game. Broom and weight.
And straight.
Yeah.
There, he's getting set up here. Big shot here for first skip stones here for Manitoba in the 8th end. His line looks pretty good. He's been a little wide on these, but this looks really nice coming in. It's starting to move in, which is what he needs, but it's just hanging there. 12-2, so
it's real close.
Oh,
you know, that weight still would have been great. So probably a little hair less ice for the weight that he had, or a little less weight, and he probably taps it. So yeah. Oh, that's a tough one.
Yep.
Probably happier though. He threw that one really well, I think.
It looked like a really good throw. Yes. Yeah.
So Terry's would have been perfect for the pick. It just went sideways.
Alberta gonna throw the guard again and not leave Jamie that shot again. Force him to go to the other side and play another tap. Hopefully a little bit better luck for Alberta and don't see a pick happening now. You always hate to see that happen.
Oh, yeah. So Manitoba here
I didn't
obviously
push
looking
that
at
too
what their
hard.
options are, and making sure they're ready for both options here.
Thinking
This is really hanging.
Yeah, I think as long as he stops on the, you know, the hole is probably not an option, even if he
There.
leaves it.
no, not very much. I don't know.
What do you
His
see over
shot
there,
might
Danielle?
still be there.
You know, he could still play the same
Except
shot.
if-
And the other side, if he does hang wide,
I didn't realize
Oh,
that.
yeah.
right? Like, I think that shot is still there.
I think it is too. Yeah.
It probably is easier than playing the wide wide tap there.
No, I think I agree. I like the exact same shot.
But you want to try this again?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you almost had it. Yep.
Yeah, because this one here is,
Sorry, Martin.
this is his other option here, is to play this one. And that's fresh ice.
Yep.
Haven't played there for a while, and they've been playing all end pretty much over here. So
Yeah, and he just played this, so just the adjustment. It's like you're gonna tighten up the ice, just the exact same way. Throw probably 4 feet less weight, and it will just curl up enough.
yeah, he's looking at that one. I like the same shot.
You know,
You want
visually.
to try coming through that hole and hit that top red?
Yeah.
Oof.
But
They're talking
it's
about
whatever you feel comfortable
talking about
with.
coming through this hole here.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's
That's-
real hard.
that's-
And I don't even know if the angles
Try
you can
this
see enough of it
center
to.
one.
You have to play it off your red.
So what weight you're going to throw?
13.5?
How much?
13.5?
I still
Oh
like
no,
the shot
we
he
need a
just
lot
did.
heavier than that. Because we need it heavier than that. It's gonna over curl then. Like you need almost like a 11.
No.
Yeah, and I'm not sure the angle on this rock
We're
that they're
red?
talking
Oh,
about.
I better go.
Um,
I looked at the yellow
to
clock
get
and
it
said, "Oh, we
to
got lots of
just
time."
tap it is even there.
Yeah.
So you'd probably be playing it off your other
What do you want to do?
Yeah.
And you'd have to throw some speed at that.
And even where the Alberta rock ended up. So, I
That
mean,
one.
ideally, our thought being playing that red top, but if you end up just slivering the yellow.
It's gone back to his original call, so.
Yeah, love it.
What's that? He's trying to tap Dennis's up.
His line looks good. It is tighter. It looks really nice coming. He's definitely making contact with that red stone.
This is the beauty.
Yeah, it is. What
Right
a
on,
great
man, right on.
shot. 12-8 on that. What a great shot.
Okay.
Now for Alberta.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice.
This is the beauty.
Yeah, like pretty much the same weight.
Right on,
Like you just
man,
needed
right
to
on.
adjust the ice and obviously threw
Yeah.
it really well. Same, so
Yeah.
be really happy with that. It's great.
I think Alberta has, do they just have the one there to, well, they, is it just that one yellow there that they have? Because
Yeah, the yellow on the left-hand side of the screen, the guard that
'Cause I-
Martin just threw is probably their best angle to, get to shot rock.
No,
Yeah.
we could probably come in and catch the
using
edge.
this one here and
The edge.
hitting this
Which one? That one?
onto here.
That one's harder.
I think this one here, I think you're going to run into here.
At least that one I would
Yeah.
lose.
So I think it's
This one I'd have to hit on the edge.
I guess the other option is
Oh, we
just
got
the
7
straight
minutes.
draw through the hole and stopping it
easier,
right
to
on the
try
tee
and
line
nose that
because
one?
Yes.
the
to
Manitoba
angle
stone
raise
is
that
just full,
I'm
not
talking
quite
about
full
either that
4.
one over
That
there.
is true.
So you
that
could
one
draw
up
around
there on the
and stop it right on the tee line, full
Either
4
way, I
foot.
could throw
Drawing
it
just
at-
simple
at the
draw
mark.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, simple. Just
Simple.
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 That one we have to
Yeah,
hit
so he does
closer
have
to nose.
options.
That one we have to hit kind of on the edge. Well, well, I think I kind of like that one better, and we'll just try and run it straight back.
Yeah. And the,
Sort of a heavy tap.
okay,
So it's
that's
going to
the
like
other
have to
option.
be
I
a
was just going
12,
to say
12
that.
and a
That,
half.
yes, yeah.
So he's not
Probably
looking
edge
to
of-
remove the shot rock. He's
Just
just
a
looking to
what do you
play a
think?
straight tap.
Straight tap.
I'm
That's
guessing on this
then
one.
Stop it right on the tee line. But
Another update, Saskatchewan 2, 198 over Ontario 2.
Maybe just a little more than that.
A little more?
Just a bit, I think. Okay, let's try that.
the speed here is, I'm interested to see what they want to throw. Like I'm thinking they're probably going to have to throw at least a 12.
Well, whatever
hot dog,
happens, I'm
maybe
happy.
even 11 and a half. It's a long race.
Yeah, and had a close game. This is a difficult shot. Well, I'm actually thinking of about a 12. Well, I got a clear line to the center. All right.
Definitely makeable.
For sure. So final stone of the 8th end here.
Real nice throw.
That
Maybe
is
a
going to
hair
overcurl, I
tight.
think.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
it's curling
okay.
on him.
Good endo. Unless I go through the hole.
Gonna get no,
All right.
that is it.
Yeah.
So
Have we got the broom?
what a fantastic game here. So Manitoba steals the win with a 5-4 win over Alberta. So thank you so much, Amber, for joining us for this game.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And thank you so much for everyone listening in and joining us for the draw this afternoon. We'll both be back this evening, where we'll have Alberta 2 taking on Saskatchewan 1. So have yourselves a great afternoon.